Thank you for listening to the Golden Hour Drip podcast with me, Logan Lee Miller. Enjoy the show. Welcome back to the Golden Hour Drip podcast. I'm your host, Logan Lee Miller, and today's episode is all about building the life of your dreams. I personally think that you really can pick and choose all areas of your life, right? Because we might not get to pick the circumstances that we're put in initially, but we always have the choice to make a difference, to make a change, to pivot, to reimagine, to try something new and try something that we have never done before, and we can chase after the dream that we truly want to live and make it our reality. It kind of seems abstract though, right? Like, how can I get from where I'm at to where I want to be? I dream about it. I sit in front of my computer, and you can only dream so far. You can only think and imagine and journal and wish and do all these things, but you really have to come to alignment with that thing, and you have to actually make the choices. Whenever I am auditing my life or taking a look at the areas that I spend my time, where I spend my money, my friendships, my energy, all those things, it always comes back to, what does my big picture look like? Because day to day we're in it, right? Like, we're in the nitty-gritty, small little details, and we're making all these decisions every day. What should I have for breakfast? What am I gonna wear? Am I gonna stop for Starbucks before work? Am I gonna go catch dinner with friends on Thursday? Am I going to volunteer for this committee or do this thing? Like, we have so many choices every single day. It is literally like our brain goes into overdrive, and usually, if you're anything like me, at the end of the day, it is so hard to make a single decision because your brain has already wasted so much brain power on the little things, the mundane things. And when you're doing that, it's really hard to take a step back and to dream that bigger life, to dream that vision. If you don't allot the time to actually sit down and map out where you want to be and how to get there, and then start implementing those little tiny goals in your day-to-day, those choices that you make. I personally have simplified my breakfast. I want something that is going to be easy. I don't want to have to think about it, because in the morning, I honestly want to avoid breakfast. It's not something that I'm like, I want it. I have to make time for it. I have to sit down and I have to eat it. It's really hard because I'm always going. I'm rushing to this thing and I'm trying to do this and cram and fit it all in. And I found that when I cook myself breakfast, right now I've been having 3 eggs and a piece of toast and cottage cheese and grape tomatoes, and then I make a bowl of banana. So I cut a whole banana, I put that at the bottom of the bowl, and then I put blueberries in there, and then I put cereal on top, and right now I'm having Cheerios with almond crunch on them, super good, and milk, and I'm eating that. It is a lot. It's a full meal, and I normally in the past have not eaten a full meal. So tomorrow I know exactly what I'm going to be eating. That decision is already made. I mapped it out. I counted the macros. It fits in with my macros. When I go grocery shopping, I don't have to think to myself, what should I cook for breakfast? What should I buy for breakfast? The decision is already made. But how did I get to that point, right? Because making the initial decision can take a lot of brain power, and you have to make it easy. You have to allot the time to allow yourself to dream and allow yourself to reimagine and really get clear about what you're wanting. I recently, I took that vacation to Texas. I've been dating myself. I've been thinking about what I want. I've been journaling. I've been dreaming, I've been doing all the things, and now's the time to implement them. But if I hadn't got quiet, if I hadn't thought about what I want, if I hadn't, thought about the big picture and dreamed up my perfect life or what I wanted, or at least what I wanted to aspire to have, I'm not saying, that I'm going to achieve it all or I'm not going to achieve it, because I don't want to put those limitations on myself, and you shouldn't put your limitations on yourself either. You should dream as big as you want, and you should write it all down, and you should take the time and just really soak on it, right? Like to really marinate. And then you can visualize and see where you want to go, and then it's going to make the day-to-day decisions so much easier. It's going to completely simplify your life. It's going to allow your brain to spend the extra energy that it now has in other areas. Because the whole point of getting 1% better every single day is when you optimize an area of your life, you're able to move on to the next thing and optimize the next part and the next part and the next part and build upon it. Like that is how people who achieved one thing can then achieve the next thing. People think all the time, oh my gosh, like they're just so lucky. No, like they're not lucky. They've put in the work and they're habit stacking. They're putting one thing on top of the other, on top of the other, on top of the other, and they're getting better at it every single day. But you have to sit down. You have to start journaling. You have to start mapping out your life. And with life, it can be so freaking busy. We have one thing after another. This is pulling our energy in one direction. This is pulling our energy in another direction. And we don't have time. We always have time. It's that we don't prioritize our time, and we don't map it out, and we don't put it in our schedule, and we don't make it a you literally cannot miss it. It's a non-negotiable. You have to do it. It does not matter who's coming into town, and it does not matter what happy hour pops up. It does not matter who or what comes onto your calendar. You're going to make it a priority, and you are going to take the time for yourself. But it can be hard. It can be hard to get started, and it can be super, super hard to stay consistent and to continue to do it. And that is why I told you guys something very special was going to be announced today. Since you guys are, my special little group, that is why I created a coffee house session. So we are having a live podcast event. It's going to be July 15th, so mark your calendars. Tickets are going to go on sale June 1st, so you're hearing about it first. But for you guys on the email list are going to get access to it a whole 24 hours before. This event is where community and conversation come together, where you can map out your dream life, where you can have a community of individuals who are all so motivated to create their dream life and to push forward and to keep getting better every single day. This event is going to be truly transformative. You are going to get the nitty-gritty details. You are going to get it all. So then you can actually make the decisions. You can have a plan. You can become inspired. You can find some running buddies along the way, and you can start living your dream life. You can start getting clear on your goals, what you want and where you're gonna go. And this is how you're gonna do it. We're gonna come together. We're gonna have an awesome live podcast. We're gonna have a networking event and so much more to come. So be sure to watch your emails on all the details. But I am just so excited to create and have a day where we can come together. We can talk, we can collaborate, we can think clearly about what we want in this life, about where we are. We can be truly honest with ourselves. Are we happy where we're at? Are we living the day-to-day that we want, or are we burnt out? Are we stuck in the cycle of these same habits? And they might not be good decisions, but they're the decisions that we've made for the past month, year, 2 years, 5 years, whatever, and we're just consistently doing them. And there's not that thought interruption where then we can move to something different and we can try something new. And the only way you're ever gonna think of anything different is when you surround yourself with motivated individuals who are ready to take on the challenge, who are ready to try something new and to keep themselves accountable and keep you accountable, and have just a really great community who is all chasing to be the best version of their self. I am so excited to host the first live podcast event. I have been planning this for the last 6 months. It's going to be transformative. It's going to be connective. It is going to be empowering, and it is going to be impossibly irresistible. Like, you will feel so magnetic by the end of this event that you will have enough, like, just get up and go to really get a jump start on your goals. So mark your calendars. It's July 15th, and be sure to watch your email and follow Golden Hour Drip on Instagram for all the upcoming details. I'm so very excited. You're the first to hear it. So thank you for listening to this podcast episode about starting to build your dream life. And until next time, bye.